Hello! It's me, Daniel J. Logan, back here in the studio. Last time I spoke to you guys, it was about finding some percussive instruments, or things that you could make into percussive instruments around your home. Today, I'm going to start to look at some tonal instruments. So that's an instrument that has a note to it, a discernible musical note. So I'm going to start with the example of a guitar. Now I know not everyone necessarily has access to a guitar, but that's going to teach us the theory side of it first, and then we'll try and find some other things that we can find around the house to start to make some music. Okay, so in that example there, I was playing this Spanish guitar. But all guitars work in the same way. They all have a series of strings on them. And the strings will run from the top of the guitar here, called the nut, and they run all the way down the length of the guitar to this part here, called the bridge. So if I take one of those strings, let's take this low E string, which is this one here. If I plug that string like that, what you can hear is the string vibrating all the way from the top to the bottom of the guitar. If I stop the string halfway down the guitar, let's say at the 7th fret, so all these are called frets here, all these little lines. If I stop at the 7th one, then I get a higher note, because what's happening is I'm not allowing the string to vibrate all the way down its full length. I'm making the string shorter by stopping it there. So the string is only actually now this long from here to here. So if I play the guitar open, I get this note. If I play the guitar on the 7th fret, the string is now shorter and I get a higher note. And that is the principle of how all guitars work. So we can take that idea and take it away from a guitar like this, and we can start to apply that idea of things getting longer or shorter and changing the note of them to anything we like. So here's a few examples. Right, my first example is quite a quick one. I did say that that principle of fretting the note on a fretboard applies to any guitar, and providing you've got strings on your guitar, even if it's only one string, then you can still get some kind of musical tune out of your guitar. Here's one that is very, very, very broken. There's only about 3 strings, if you can even call them that on there. If I strum it, it sounds terrible. It's actually broken, as you can see there. That gap shouldn't be there, and that shouldn't be there, and it kind of all falls apart. But there's still enough of this guitar left and still working that I can still fret it slightly. Just there. And I can still get some kind of crazy sound out of it. I've actually used this guitar on an album once as a sound effect. I did this. Okay, here's another slightly more practical example. Here is a ruler, just a normal kind of plastic ruler. However, if you pop it on the table, and let's make it half of it hang off the table and half of it stay on the table. Hold it quite tightly and smack it. You will start to get a vibration. If you make that smaller, the bit hanging off the table smaller, we're now making it vibrate only from this part, and we will get some different notes. So all I'm doing is moving the ruler from side to side, off the table and back on again. If you go too far, it kind of doesn't really work. If you go too far this way, so it's too short, it can't really vibrate. But you'll find some bits in between that will give you not a bad tonal instrument out of a ruler and a table. Another good one is a CD. Kind of exactly the same principle, but it will sound a little bit different. So there we go. But the rule is really they need to be flexible things. The CD is kind of flexible. Make sure you use one you don't really want to listen to anymore. And rulers are flexible. Things like this screwdriver are not flexible and therefore don't work. So there you have a couple of examples of things that you can start to use as a tonal instrument. Next time I'll be looking at different ways of getting sounds, tonal sounds, out of objects you can find around the house.